The anxiety of knowing of what jail life's like. It sucks. And I'd rather serve less time than more time. And if I'm on the run longer, you'd probably sentence me to the full 365.
Court does call the case. People versus Anatoly Zubrasic.
Zen on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with behalf of Mr. Zubritsky, who stands to my right. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Anatoly Zabriskie.
Teresa Claire on behalf of probation, Your Honor. Mr. Zubritsky is before the court for a violation of probation hearing. Your Honor, Mr. Zubritsky failed to appear before this court for a review hearing on July 14th, and the court issued a bench warrant at that time. Mr. Zubritsky turned himself in on the warrant to the Washington County Jail on August 5th. Once he got in custody, his GPS tether was removed due to his incarceration. I did go down and speak with Mr. Zubritsky. In addition to his violations that were before this court when he was up for the review hearing, those consisted of behind in his payments. He has an arrearage of $150 with his payments. He failed to report to probation as directed. He did come in and meet with me one time in person on July 10th. At that time, probation gave him a referral to the domestic violence program because since he was sentenced back in May, he has failed to begin that programming. Probation still has no proof of his intake or attendance in that class. He was also given a drug test referral and was advised to go over to community corrections right then and there to submit to a drug screen and be put on random drug testing. He failed to go and submit for a drug screen. When I went down to meet with him at the jail this past week, since he turned himself in, I did speak with Mr. Zubritsky about his failure to follow through with what we discussed when he met with me. He indicated and admitted that he had been using cocaine. So there is that component in addition to the domestic violence programming that probation is going to be asking that the court put into place. At this time, Your Honor, probation is asking that the court sentence Mr. Zubritsky to 13 days in jail with credit for the 13 days that he has served to date for his violations, that he be placed back on the GPS tether prior to his release with the same parameters that was in place before, that he report to probation on August 20th at 10 a.m. in person, then as directed, that he complete a substance abuse assessment and follow all treatment recommendations with proof to probation, and that he become compliant with all other conditions that this court ordered within 30 days, with a review hearing being set October 6, 2025 at 1 p.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did have the opportunity and that, of course, did meet with Mr. Zubritsky and discuss the allegations of the violations of probation as well as the recommendation with him. Mr. Zubritsky was very honest with me. He does admit to these alleged violations of probation, and we are ultimately asking that the court adopt probation's recommendation. He does understand the importance once he is released either today or tomorrow on that GPS tether that he then report in person on Wednesday to probation at 10 a.m. as directed and get the information he needs to schedule that alcohol or substance abuse assessment, and that he does need to get himself enrolled in that DB class and then provide proof of that to probation and continue reporting to them and be compliant. He was real honest with me when I went down to the jail to see him. He immediately, waved. I obviously haven't seen him in a couple months or so. Told me he had messed up. And I said, well, at least you did something right by turning yourself in, and you're going to get back on track. And so I believe he will do so. And so we are asking the court to adopt probation's recommendation.
Anything you want to say?
Anxiety, Your Honor. So anxiety over all of these fees and costs is probably what got me to where I am. So finding a job is of most importance to me. So I'm not so anxious of having to pay all these fees. So that's probably what got me into this little pickle of mine, is anxiety of all these court costs and fines and fees and classes. And so I apologize.
So it wasn't the cocaine?
It was. I'm saying that's why the anxiety got me to do that. So I apologize.
What made you turn yourself in though?
Knowing that, I have to be the better person in this phase and not run from, the problems that have occurred. So
What took you so long to turn yourself in?
I think the anxiety of knowing of what jail life's like. It sucks. And I'd rather serve less time than more time. And if I'm on the run longer, you'd probably sentence me to the full 365.
Certainly get to that point, or if we had.
And if I fail again, you'll probably sentence me to the full
There's no
full year.
telling. I'm sure if Miss Pates they were advocating, it'd probably be less.
And
Anyway.
I surely would be, Your Honor, but I hope if it came to that, but I'm very hopeful and optimistic that Mr. Zubritsky will get back on track with his probation. He'll get it done. He'll continue reporting.
I just need a good resource for a job. That's and I know there's plenty out there. So
Right,
that's
but here's the thing you gotta just sort of understand. If you can't find work, then you need to get to probation, you need to talk to them about it.
Okay.
Okay, before it gets to a point where you're not appearing or not doing whatever.
yes, sir.
I hear you, but, and I think in your heart of hearts, I think you know it to be the case that you could have handled this a whole lot better,
Yes,
right?
sir.
I did not, I'll be honest with you, when I issued, it was the second time that I had bench warrant where you had to come into court. I honestly did not expect from the time of the plea that I'd see in this situation where you would be violating the terms. I thought that you'd be able to sort of walk that line, kind of get things done. There might be stumbles along the way, but that you'd be doing it. I did not expect this from you.
Yes, sir.
I'm just going to let you know that.
I know.
Sent to the court 13 days in jail, credit 13 served for the violations to date. The GPS tether will be installed prior to his release. Report to probation on August 20th, 2025 at 10 a.m. That's an in-person meeting. And then you're to report as directed. You're to complete a substance abuse assessment, follow all treatment recommendations with proof to probation. You are to become compliant with all other conditions within 30 days. You'll set a review hearing October 6, 2025 at 1 p.m. All right. I think they actually have your bond denied at this point, don't they?
Your Honor, I haven't checked jail as to this case the past couple of days. My memory was, so let me be very clear.
It's actually 25.
That's what I was going to say. I thought it was $25,000 cash surety when issued the bench warrant.
His bond is reinstated at, I'll actually just make his bond $25,000 personal recognizance.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Those conditions.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please do let us know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you'd like to support what we do here, the best way to do it is to pick up some of our merch. You can find it at courtroomfiles.com.